So, you guys, I wanted to say really quickly this message is for Black American women. Um, I think that people are losing their minds, and it's really concerning. And I know some of you will start to care, but I'm gonna be completely honest and say that I really don't care. Um, I'm not gonna pretend like I do care because I really don't. I think it's unfortunate, but there's a lot of people who are having like mental health breakdowns because they have abandoned themselves. They have went against themselves, right? And if you understand the positioning when it comes to Black women, Black American women in America, Black women in general, but Black American women are being stalked all over the world by multiple groups of people, um, even within our own culture by the men. So I take that is very spiritual. And this is why I always say within my messages that if you are a Black woman, a Black American woman, you have to do the spiritual work to make sure that you are protecting yourselves, because I think a lot of the time these people, they want you to self-destruct. They want you to go crazy, right? Anything that they're saying about you, they really want you to go through. And I've noticed this when it comes to the males. I've noticed this when it comes to like other groups and other people, other cultures of people. They're not well. And I love it. I'm not gonna lie. It's so funny to watch because people thought that if they spoke about Black women and they didn't focus on themselves, that it would somehow help them in the long run. In actuality, it just made things worse, right? So if anything, people speaking more about Black American women, it just makes us focus even more on ourselves. It makes us become even more selfish. It makes us say, you know what, actually, I'm not going to have any children. Actually, I'm not going to be partnered with anyone. Actually, I'm going to be self-serving in all areas of my life. And we didn't ask for this, we didn't want this, some of us. But, some of us are behind the scenes doing a lot of work, and it's working. And I'm not really shocked at what's going on because some of these things we've been working on in the background when it comes to other people. Um, they're going to just have to face the fact that you have to do your own self work. You have to take into account who you are as an individual. And with this Neptune and Aries energy, honey, a lot of y'all are going to struggle even more with this because if you know anything about Aries, I'm an Aries woman. If you know anything about Aries people, we're very self centered. And I'm going to be completely honest and say, I don't know how to function without centering myself, right? I am very self serving, and that's how I live my life. So when I see people have other things going on, I try to care, you know, but I don't. And I will say though, when it comes to people who are very innocent, very vulnerable, children, disabled people, yes, those people I absolutely care about and I love those people. Why? Because they're innocent. But um when it comes to like other groups of people, I don't know what to say. And this is why I said before, instead of focusing on us and what we're doing, it's going to be really good that you focus on yourself and your own culture and what you have going on. Um because it's never going to get better for you. If you're waking up every day talking about people that you do not like, you have a mental illness. And I hope you get that worked out. You know what I mean? And this isn't me being like mean or condescending or anything, but I'm just a lot of y'all need help. A lot of y'all are suffering. A lot of you have horrible relationships with your own families. It's very dysfunctional. So is what I've noticed is when I see people get online and they're targeting like groups of people, that just let me know like, okay, these people, they have had horrible lives and it's so unfortunate. And instead of them, facing their family and saying, hey, I didn't like this when I was younger, I went through this when I was younger, they do the opposite and they get online and try to target other people, right? And I'm here to tell you, because I've been doing the spiritual work for a very, very long time, it's never going to help you. It's never going to work. So at some point, you have to really understand and try to get an understanding of what happened in your culture, what happened in your bloodline, what happened. Are your family telling you the truth? Because some people are finding out things 20 and 30 and 40 years later, which it could have saved a whole 2 and 3 generations. You know what I mean? So, and I know a lot of people like to have this fake cultural pride and, oh, they like to wave their flags and they like to, do things like that. Everybody go through this. But when you really start to talk to people one on one, they are fighting a lot of demons. And it's demons that has been plagued by their own families. And so when it comes to Black American folks, we just know how to say shit out loud and we know how to be bold about it. And I think it triggers other people in other cultures and other groups because they just can't do those things. Why? Because they may be shunned or they may be disowned and everything. And I get that. So they have to, assimilate within their own culture and families. But with Black American folks, we're, even when it comes to Black American men and Black American women, what you see when a lot of these conversations that are being had, they're self-centered and they're obsessed with each other. So I try not to even insert myself like I be, around or like looking to see what's going on social media. But I'm gonna be completely honest here and say that a lot of Black American folks, we're literally obsessed with ourselves. And so when we do encounter like other cultures and they have something to say about us or, they're speaking about us, it's like, don't you have your own culture? Don't you have your own things going on? Aren't you happy to be whatever culture you are? You know what I mean? Because I see the flags, but I don't see the pride, you know? Because every moment you get, you're speaking about us, which is fine. A lot of us do like attention. I'm not going to lie. There's a lot of us who are narcissistic and we love attention and we love to be seen and we love the spotlight. We love to be, talked about. But is it helping you in your culture? Is it bringing you guys any joy, any peace, any healing to your bloodline? You know? So I don't know, it's just something to look at. And we as a people, we're going to always center ourselves. Now we may talk about, current times and political times and stuff like that. But at the end of each day, we're going to always center ourselves. Whether it's the good, the bad, the ugly. And I think other cultures need to do the same. Start calling out the wickedness within your own culture. Because I notice with a lot of other people in their cultures, they have a lot of bad blood amongst each other. They're like horrible. I thought we had a lot of issues as Black American folks. I've been around other cultures and I've seen how they treat each other, and it is sick. Very, very, it's horrible. So I hope this message helps.